Now with the car running, I have to finish up a few items like the horn and the windshield wipers. I'm using a regular horn that I bought at Harbor Freight for $8, and I'm also trying to assemble my Toyota drive motor into the VW Bug wiper assembly. Original VW Bug 6-volt motor for the windshield wipers. I went ahead and took it out of its little bracket and disconnected it, and I'm working on mocking it up here with the Toyota drive unit. You see there's the motor behind it. This is the bracket, and it's all in place here. The top comes through. It's a tight fit. I'm going to have to work on that little connector right there, and I'm going to probably have to chop a little bit of the aluminum housing off the top. But if I can get this thing some kind of bracket built to hold it in this location, this is where it spins from, so it should work. But I figured out where the windshield washer motor was to sit behind the VW Bug plate. I went ahead and centered. This is the MR2 windshield wiper motor. I've relocated this little connector right here so that it doesn't push too high. This is still real close. I test fit it again. It does fit pretty well though. But here's a plate that I made right here that bolts to the MR2. It's just an adapter plate. It bolts to the MR2 motor, and that I have 3 holes that I located and drilled out here for this to just bolt flat to it. So I've got my spinning device from there. Everything else looks like it's working pretty good. So now I have to get this adapted, this little arm adapted and mounted on here so that it actually spins the windshield wipers around. Newly created windshield wiper assembly together. You can see it's got the Toyota motor on the back side here. It's bolted on with a little adapter plate I made here. I had to build a little arm like this to come off of the Toyota drive. This one I did, it was a little too short and I had to make it a little longer, so I've got that in there now. I've got a little bushing in here and a little rivet through here. I'm going to fold these little prongs down here a little bit better, but I'm just testing it, see if it works, and it's like I got windshield wipers. Okay, I finally finished my windshield wiper assembly. You can see it's going to be it's up in here. Everything has been put together. See that I've got a little extender plate right there, and it's a little tight, but they do work. They're not perfect yet, but they do work. I had to pop a hole in the rear for the connector, which comes through right here. I'm going to use a little rubber boot that I had, and I brought the harness down and around and through and back up to down in here. So the harness has been wired in. The windshield wipers, they do function. Okay, now that I got the windshield wiper assembly done and it works, I'm focusing now on my roll bar. This is a roll bar bracket I'm going to make. This is just made out of poster board, obviously, right here. But it's going to come up and it's going to be a piece of steel here, and then the roll bar will weld right to the steel and come up. I'm going to use this big, like 3/16 inch piece of steel that I had bent up at the shop. As you can see, it's got angles on it. I'm just going to cut one side of this out, and that'll give me a place to mount both the seat belt connections as well. So I'm going to use that template and cut a piece of this out.